So welcome everybody to the session. Today I will be talking about expanding our game to the new market. Some lessons we've learned from doing this with June's Journey. So first, let me introduce myself. My name is Lena. I'm a lead UA at Wooga. I overlook overall UA strategy, including market expansion for our biggest title, June's Journey. So you ask, who's Wooga? So Wooga, we're a Berlin-based game developer. We founded in 2009. And at the moment, we are market leader in story-driven casual games. We have more than 300 employees, all based in Berlin, and we are all coming from more than 50 countries. We are part of Playtika brand of families since 2018, and games, and our biggest title at the moment, it's a June's Journey. So June's Journey, it's a beautiful hidden object game set in 1920s, where you play amateur detective June Parker, and you solve mysteries around the globe. At the moment, game is available worldwide in most of the countries, and we're actively promoting the game in more than 20 countries. For the last 2 years, we've been expanding our game into the new markets extensively, starting from APAC region, which is Japan and South Korea. Then last year, we localized our game into Chinese language and tested the game in Taiwan and Hong Kong. Last year, we released the game in MENA region, which stands for Middle East and North Africa, which includes Gulf region as well. Just recently, we localized our game into the Bahasa and testing the game in Indonesian. It works? Yeah, okay. I don't know if it was too loud. Or so today I will be sharing all of the lessons we've learned from expanding and releasing our games into all of these markets. Yes, we are a story-driven casual game. That's why localization is very important for us. We want our users to understand our game in native language and enjoy the game in their native language. So localization is, at the moment, we localize the game in 20 languages. So for the last year, we localize our game into the 5 languages, which is Korean, Japanese, Chinese, both simplified and traditional, Arabic, and Bahasa, in Bahasa Indonesia. So if you think that localization is just simply about, oh, let's translate our game into the specific language and that's all job done, it's not that easy. There's a few challenges when it's coming to the localization part. So for example, some of examples, when we were translating game into the Chinese, we were choosing, okay, there's multiple writing systems, which writing system we should choose. So we chose simplified and traditional just because they're widely spoken across native speakers. Or after every single time we localize our game or introducing new language inside of the game, we need to check our UI, UX, just simply because like English words is not the same length as in any other languages. So there could be drastic changes. For example, in Arabic, we had to change the whole UI from left written to the right written. So this was a lot of job for our product team. So all of this effort actually was worth it. As you can see here, more than 60% of daily active users in those chosen markets playing game in native language. So for us, it was a clear sign that all of efforts of localizing the game was successful. So if localization is driving the engagement inside of the game, optimizing your in-app purchase prices, improving your monetization. So if you look, take all of these markets I talked about and compare it with tier 1 country. In my example, I take US, it's a first in the slide. You can clearly see that GDP per capita not equal for every single market. So we could clearly see that here, Indonesia, North Africa, and Middle East have much less paying power compared to any other countries. So at early stages, when we released the game in MENA region, we clearly saw that the percent of paying users is much, much less in that region compared to like our worldwide rate. That led us to think that we need to optimize our prices and make sure that we can increase this paying ratio as well as improve ARPDAU. So for us, marketers, creative is important, is the way to talk with the audience as here and tell our story. And adapting your creatives is about making sure that the audience will understand our story. So during the expansion, we highlighted or identified a few points which we would like to share today. It's, yeah, as said here, cultural sensitivity, where we include everything related to taboos, some cultural preferences, some text layouts, design layouts, which is specific to certain markets. Game features, at early stage, we understand that some specific game features works particularly well in some regions compared to the worldwide. And obviously, local holidays, using that for your live ops or marketing promotions. So let me share some of examples how we adopted that. So as all of you know, anime, cartoony drawing, it's widely popular in Japan. So we change our simple traditional hidden object items into the cartoony ones as here. Maybe someone who understands Japanese could read it. And yeah, just to let you know that all these anime characters we use only purely in marketing materials. Or for the game features, when we released the game in Taiwan and Hong Kong, we saw that our spot the difference mode works much, much better than our traditional single scene hidden object. So we quickly change most of our creatives into the showcasing split screen find the difference mode. And same as we prepare most of our assets for Christmas or Halloween season, we're doing the same for local holidays. So for the Lunar New Year, we're showcasing in Taiwan and Hong Kong, and Ramadan in MENA region. So building your local partnership, a building strong partnership was very, very helpful for us. With some partners, we were able to access quite a lot of help, as well, like, for example, localization check, either is as a service or just simply having native speakers within the partners. Or quite obvious, some market insights and some product insights helping us to shape our strategy in that market. And a lot of our partners was helping us with adapting creatives and producing like creative production, and as well as having access to local advertising channels, which is not possible otherwise. All of this works will not, of course, happen as a single person job. So it's a lot of team effort and a lot of coordination. So at Wooga, there's a multiple teams normally working at the market expansion project, starting from localization team, which obviously kick off all the localization part. Then we're slowly moving to the product team, which makes sure that all implementations done nicely. Then UA and marketing, we make sure that strategy and audience understands all creatives adopted. And then once we gain this user base, our community and customer support team, making sure that users stays happy and healthy. And our live ops team, making sure that the users engage and actually enjoying the game there. Yeah, so quickly to summarize all of our talk here about. So localization, please make sure that you're localizing your game. Optimize your in-app prices. Adapt your creatives to make sure that story is understandable by the audience. Importance of the partnerships, please use and ask for help. And of course, coordinate your teamwork. Yeah, thank you for everybody. Yeah, so you can ask questions maybe here or... Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if I have a time. Sure. We can do Q&A or you can reach out to me here as well.
Can I have a mic, please? Live mic. So,
I think you can use
if anyone has a question, first of all, let's give it up again. Elena, she got stuck here with no screen. Very nicely done. Any questions for Elena before we have an interesting panel? Yes. Brave man over here, stand up. Anyone who wants to take a seat, we have great seats in the front row. 2 shekels each.
Hi, thank you for this talk. I have 2 questions, actually. The first one, regarding adaptation of prices. Did you have any backlashes from other regions that picked up on the fact that you're lowering prices for some regions?
Like you mean if users in certain regions was notified? We didn't see that. This is the project we're working still at the moment. At least until now, we didn't see any clash with other users. But to be honest, our community is quite big. We're obviously monitoring and communicating with them about all the changes we're doing.
Okay, thank you. The second question, regarding localization, were there any regions or geos in which the localization actually hurt your efforts, that they actually preferred, you know, the global version?
Until now, no. If it's a short answer. I think most of the markets we localize, as you can see, majority of the users switch the language, and we see some improvements like in all of the KPIs, I think.
Good. So thank you for the questions, Elena Vinokurova from Wooga.
Yeah.